I had 2 hair transplants and man oh man, it looks great. Easily the best decision in my life. However, while I'm happy with my results, one part isn't as great. And it's my sides and the back of the head, also called the donor area. You see, the way hair transplants work is by moving a lot of hair from the sides and the back to the top where the balding area is. In my case, I had moved about 20,000 hairs, which created about 6,500 holes, which healed into a scar tissue. While this is a normal process, everyone will heal in a different way. For me, my scar tissue healed without much pigment. It looks very white, and just before my second surgery we can really see how it stands out. Of course, right now I don't have much issues with it since the scars are nicely covered with just a little bit of hair length. However, I'm not able to go any lower than number 2 guard in these areas, as the scars gonna get visible. But you know what? I'll try to change it. How, you might ask? Microneedling. Microneedling has been increasingly used to treat a number of dermatologic conditions, including scars. Number of studies has been done to prove its efficacy. Animal models and in vitro examinations of human tissue demonstrated that microneedling creates microchannels and micro wounds at the level of the dermis, breaking thickened collagen and inducing the wound healing cascade. As a result, your skin regenerates itself and creates new cells. Over a period of weeks to months, the skin is tightened and the scar appearance is decreased. So I was thinking, why it wouldn't work on the scars from a hair transplant? Since I couldn't find the answer, I decided to experiment myself. On myself, obviously. But first we have to establish the baseline. How my scars look like before any treatment. So let's go to the barber and shave my sides, just to see how much scarring I have. Let's go. Everyone's gonna be asking now, what the hell happened? Too cold. Alright, so I'm back, and it doesn't look really that bad. What do you think of the hairstyle? I think it looks pretty good. Never tried undercut before, but of course the main objective is the donor area. And to be honest, it really doesn't look that bad. While I'm under the direct sunlight, it looks actually much better. It doesn't stand out as much, but when I'm inside, you can see a little bit like more the actual individual scars, because there is a bigger contrast between the scalp color, the hair color, and the scar tissue color. And this leads me to the main part of the experiment, microneedling. Well, there are many different types of microneedling devices on the market, like derma rollers, derma stamps, and derma pens. I decided to go with my all-time favorite, Dr. Pen M8 Ultima. And I got this one off Amazon myself, not sponsored video, I bought from with my own money, with a Black Friday deal. And they also gave me a box of cartridges, it's 10 pieces coming together as well. So let's open and have a look. Alright, so let's see what's inside. Pretty heavy, I must say. Okay, so it looks like the battery has to be charged, so I put it on charge. I think when I ordered there was a choice of types of the cartridges, and I think I chose 16. Because if you're looking at the needle cartridges at the instruction, you'll be able to see that, you know, different types they have. 11, 16, 24, 36, 42. Then R nano needles, S nano, 3D nano needles, and 5D nano needles. And I think the most sensible approach will be to go with 16 needles, because they kind of spaced apart just enough, not too close, because we don't want to create too many holes, you know, in different places. So yeah, 16 is the way to go. All right, so I charged it a little bit, and this is how it works. Switch on, and straight away gives the number 1 speed over here. You press one more time, goes to number 2, 3rd, 4, 5, and 6. There are 6 modes, and basically it just increases the speed. So it's a very nice case, by the way. It's really cool. Let's put one of these cartridges and start the process. I guess we have to remove this, and there you go. These are the needles. This is how it goes. Let's go ahead and put in our Dr. Pen device. Here we can adjust the depth of the needle. So standard microneedling for hair loss it's 1.5, and I think I'm gonna start with 1 and see how it goes. Okay, now it's charged, so let's go ahead and try with 1 millimeter needle length, and I think we can go straight away to number 6, sorry. Let's do it. Okay, if I press a bit harder, it feels a little bit of like a pinching pain, but to be honest, not that bad. And I'm doing in a circular motions. This is like a standard practice for microneedling devices. The objective is to create inflammation, so the skin should turn red. So here there is a bit more hair, and it's more difficult to for the needles to penetrate, so I need to press a little bit harder. So basically the more hair you have, the more harder you need to press. I'll just trying to go like a couple of times in the same spot and move on to another one. The problem is that now I really don't see how low it is. So maybe I'll try to ask my girlfriend to do it for me.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I actually have no idea what I'm doing, like I really don't see properly, so I'm hoping I'm actually covering all the areas. Right, I think I'm done. To be honest, not the most pleasant experience, but it's not really that bad. And in certain areas, it felt a bit more painful than the others. Where there is more hair, you need to press like kind of a little bit harder to really push it to the skin, because it feels like it's not reaching the scalp properly. But yeah, I think it's the best way is to keep the hair short. The longer the hair, the more like possibly you will need the needle length. But let's see. So far I did with 1 millimeter needle length and with the 16 pin cartridge. I'm gonna go ahead and discard it. I'm not gonna be reusing it, since I'm planning to start probably like once in 2 weeks for the beginning, and maybe after a month I'm gonna increase the frequency to once a week, and I could potentially increase the needle length as well. I'm not sure yet, I'm still deciding. Generally you can reuse it, although it's not like the best idea, but if you decide to reuse it, make sure to drop it at least for 10-15 minutes in like a rubbing alcohol, at least 70%, just to make sure it's properly disinfected. So this is gonna be my routine for the next 6 months, after which I'm gonna go to the barber and buzz my donor all the way down to the skin fade once again, and we're gonna be able to compare side by side and see if there's any improvement. Also, you're gonna find Amazon link in the description down below should you decide to try it yourself. And in the meantime, if you're doing your research on the best hair transplant clinic or surgeon in your case, make sure to check out this video over here, because it's gonna help you a lot to identify the best clinics, the best places, and avoiding all these hair mills, the places that can really destroy you. See you soon.